this isn't that, but it does happen. I go check out shit, but I don't remember if it's me setting it up here, so I think this is about where we wrap this episode, I want to say. So, yeah, we sleep for show. Thank you guys for watching episode 12 of Nate's... yeah, next up. Minecraft Arby's World 2026. It's still season 2, but it's 2026. And I'm like, alright, we gotta see what we can craft. So I'm gonna get the diamonds that I put back together. And we got plenty of sticks because I was trying to make a fence, and I'm old head, so I just made sticks, and I'm like, oh. And then I realized I had 3 crafting tables on me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. That was me just shaking it off. But I thought you needed just sticks for fucking fences still, and nope. It is definitely sticks and wood blocks. Maybe it always was. Oh well. Who knows? Alright, so welcome to episode 13 of Nate's Minecraft Arby's, where this is the fish actually using the system that I made in here that's perfectly sealed and flowing back to the fish tank, and it was really cool to see. And then I'm like, why did I put all those bars in it? You're supposed to see from underneath, but I wanted to see more of it. So other than what we're going to do initially, which I set out for at the end of last episode, we're going to do this to start. And yeah, that's about it. I kind of just winged this, honestly. I'm like, okay, well, there's 5, so we'll start there, and then just keep doing every other one. Skip that, and then every other one. And it ends up perfectly how I wanted it. And then you can kind of see him a little mouth. And then we got Geta and Room over there. We pick up all the little things, and then we're going to head downstairs to check something out. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, I was thinking if there was a room behind a room. Funny enough, there's not. Because I made so much stuff recently on here again. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I made that. Especially if it was off cam. I did redesign that a little bit off camera, admittedly, but it was okay. And then this area right here is the part that opens up into the big cave area that we had saw in the last episode from the cave house. So I put some glowberries there to cover that. The OG pond that was covered up. And in going here, we're going to travel a bit. And I'm going to basically read what I'm typing here, but I'll kind of freestyle as well. The amount that we're traveling here, I left the coordinates up so you could see how far we're going. And then at the end, we're going to end up counting how far we go. And, yeah, so while we go, I'm taking this track for the main land. And because it just sits down here, and I didn't want to just switch to creative and do whatever. And I'm going to go all the way to the other end of this track to where it stops, of this mine. And then mine all the way back up to the house so that I could just use this for the mainland from the house to the sheep area to the Arby's and then to the other direction that I was mentioning as well. We're right here. So fix all my screen stuff and then I just whack it. We whack it. True. Powered rail. Add the rest of my tea. Ooh. Cool. Ooh. Works for me. Alright, sorry. So, I was just checking out that, see if anything was done up there. And then, on the other end, I ended up leaving the top button, but we just go through here until this pickaxe breaks, and then the diamond pickaxe goes much faster, so please don't worry about that. Yeah, sorry for not talking for like, what, 30 seconds there, but we can use a little silence here and there, like I was talking last episode. Silence and solitude sometimes really does help rewire and rebuild your brain and your strength. It helps form thoughts, and thoughts form feelings, which a lot of us, myself included, run from sometimes, even without thinking about it. You should look into the history and studies of the subconscious mind. Just to better understand life a little bit, so you can feel more, I don't know, at ease with some of the things that go on in your life, in your head, or other people, like, how could they do that, or whatever. Just, some things you just never know, but other things help figure out ways to make them feel better. And then I was like, oh dude, duh, we could just use a water bucket to delete them. What is this, dumbass, 2014? And I said, bitch, they changed the fucking water rules. Crazy. Crazy work, dude. Unbelievable. And then my render distance is still like stupid high and we're underground just walking by that gigantic pit. Maybe today. Nah, I would say maybe today we get in there and start clearing out the pit, but what do we do with it? Clear out the pit just to fill it back up? We could do that. Honestly, we could. I don't know what to do with it. I want to use some of it to be like a better storage, something cool room, but we've already got a lot of storage space in there. Maybe we should just get rid of shit, put it somewhere else. We've got plenty of areas to TP to that I want to build at, so some of that takes forever though. But I guess if we do have the TP pads, just like grab an inventory full of shit, go to the TP pad, do the place, set it down. Presumably have another teleport pad there. And yeah, by TP pad I don't mean poop pad. You should know that. Poop 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 poop. You know what I mean? So yeah, we just going. Spoiler alert, this ends up being like 5 stacks worth. And I think we're about at 2, so it's not too much of mining actually. I thought this was going to take way longer, like half an episode's worth. But I think it took like 4 minutes. Yeah, okay, see, so we're almost there already. I'm like, alright, we'll just stack that and see how much it fills up. And it didn't fill up too much more. We had like 30-something redstone torches and 5 stacks of railroad, which, funny enough, I just hear a train outside right now. IRL. That's very frequent, but not super close. Close enough to hear it, though. It just be like that. And then for the first time, and I think the only time during this, somehow I broke a block. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But then right there was some from when I mined lava or something around back in 2020. I think. Late 2019, early 2020. One of the two. But, yeah. It had to have been 2020, I think. I think I waited till January of that year to record, I want to say. But I can't remember fully. Because I don't think I did it for a while. And I was testing worlds and whatever, but don't know what made me settle on that one. I'll have to watch the episode again where we started. Because I spawn and swim, and then after like 5 or 10 minutes in the dolphin incident, rip to those dolphins, I left that there, so we have it back started if we need to. It's not forgotten. After the dolphin incident, we kind of get past the next little stretch of land, and I park it right where the house is, and that's where we stay. And then I said I'll return the slab so they don't suffer my curse, and we get to building. So we run up them stairs, and I run up the stairs. Then I go to the drive-thru. I'm approaching the drive-thru. That does look better with the slats on that John J. Slat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Wait a minute, Mr. Railroad. Hey, hey, doo-doo-dee. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. Alright, so I'm testing. I'm like, did we build it there? I'm like, well, I don't want to go too far on it. So I think that's where I ran and then came back. Because I'm like, oh, let's go to the other end and start it. That would have been foolish. Would have not worked as perfectly as I needed it to for the time being. Which you will see soon. I'm like, I don't want it to be straight shot anywhere. Because I can't do a straight shot anywhere unless I made it go over or through the house. Which, hey, you know, we still could. But unfortunately, that is not what it was yesterday. Last night. This was probably 11 o'clock, I think, last night. Somewhere around there. Maybe a little before that. Oh, no, it had to have been around 11. I was on Discord with Chris. And now this actually exploits a little bug. You see that? When I'm doing this, I'm trying to see where it dies at. And if it's catching up properly, it'll immediately unlight up one when there's too big of a space. But the way I'm doing it, it extends the space, even though it can't do it technically. Right there is this perfect block for it to be one away. But when I do the test, it deletes itself, obviously, but it doesn't delete the power to it properly. So I'm like, oh, there's a gap. So I'll plug it there. It held it to the right. See? It's holding it. It's holding it further than it should. Is that because I have, like, it on, quote, server mode to do the LAN stuff? And I was not counting last night. I meant to type it, but I didn't. I did not want to count. My brain could not count. I'm like, nope, I'm just relaxing. I feel so... See, and it wasn't updating properly if it was held. So you have to fully unpower it and do that. And then even that wouldn't fix it. So I'm like, oh, okay, that should fix. And I go back and it was fucked up. But I don't know. Yeah, see, there we go. So I figured it out by like the second to last one. Now I get to watch this again. I'm like, okay. So I didn't need to delete that. Okay. Yeah, why did I do that? Did I fix it again? I know I fucked it up one more time. Okay, then I'm like, that's fine. We'll just actually go there. So then if it goes, it just doesn't run the cart off, essentially. See, right there, it messed up anyway. So I'm like, what? And the old me would have just placed another torch there. But even back in the day, I used to do this. So I'm like, I moved all that shit like 4 times, and it didn't need to move fucking at all. But we're like, let's save those so we can just get back there. And I start to run that way. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, it was a test and to fix this thing too, just to see if everything's lit up. But I'm like, bro, you've got the fucking mine cart on you. The random bed from when I'd sleep there, removing that whole mountain. I want to rebuild the mountains and shit I removed on some of this, man. It looks so silly being flat. Like, I look over there, I'm like, bruh. That chicken just shit. Oh, there's another off. Oh, it's updating when I drive by it when I switch views. Bro, I didn't even catch that last night. No shot I caught that. Fuck. Shit. Well, that's why we watch this shit, alright? That's why you watch what you record before it goes out, or before you edit it. Dude! Little Brother Travel just uploaded! Again, I've got a whole playlist for that. Drone time. Amazon's got some competition. That was me typing my comment out loud. Alright, see, I instantly hit save to playlist, and it goes to the Little Brother Travel, and then I hit back, find my playlist, because it pops it up at the top, and then I put it 2 up, which is just above the Q&A of the first 2 trips they did, / the interview part where they talk about it in the videos. But it does technically have the links to all the members-only videos in there, but you still can't watch them unless you're a member. And again, I make no money from that, but I just really always supported Immortal HD / Alex HD. And on the Creatures and Couch Hop. So seeing him in a new channel with people from Creatures and Couch Hop before is very, very cool to me, and I'm very happy to see it. We've been placing redstone torches there and the rest of the track around, and I set up spots for the curbs, but I did not have the regular ones yet. Don't worry, we put them in. I move it this way, and I start going that way until I get to Turtle Beach, literally Turtle Bay, when Bay is a turtle. And then I reverse it. So spoiler alert, if you liked it right here, I change it. But it doesn't take too long because we got that diamond pickaxe. That's me doing the pickaxe. The butler from Luigi's Mansion kind of sounds like that. There was a random bird back when me, Steven of STE_VA on Twitch / Moonfall on YouTube, and Ernesto were working for our township during a job. We were sitting somewhere, like figuring out not surveys, but we would do stuff for property managing, like not scam shit, but literal, just like, oh, you're building a deck, we have to measure where you're going to build and check, you know, you have your permit, so we have to come out here, and like, okay. But we were doing that, sitting, figuring out our route for the day somewhere, and there was a random bird, like kind of far away, but close enough to hear it, and he was loud as fuck. But I'm like, that literally sounds like the butler in Luigi's Mansion. We're sitting in the car with the windows down, and I'll hear, and they're like, oh my god, it does. And then on my, car stereo through my phone, we pull up Luigi's Mansion butler noise and play it, and the bird got louder. And I'm like, holy shit. So if you guys know what bird that is, please let me know, and also try that on video. I want to know. Why do they say that? And then you look up from Nintendo, and they're like, the butler's noise is actually mimicked from the Illinois native bird of blank. And it's like, oh, bruh. But I don't know that. Either way, it was a story that happened and was funny and epic. He was a black belt loaded with skill. He spoke slow, choosing words that could kill. Honest people didn't need to fear him. I do like that song from Devo. I don't know how the overall theming of it lines up now, even though it is technically supporting just like talking about and supporting a storyline of a Native person, a Native American, as they say in the song, who is like very strong and can speak things into existence more or less. But they do some. I think it's called, proper term is called undulating, and I'm not gonna do it, but you know, in it. But it's not like, it's more like a song instrumental part in it from the creative standpoint. I know Mark Mothersbaugh wouldn't intentionally do anything like that, or at least I'd hope he wouldn't. But it's a good song. It's a cool song. Just it's stuck in my head. It's from Something for Everybody in 2010. His name was actually called, yeah, the song is Cameo. He said his name was Cameo. He said his name was. Oh. Yeah, I never thought about that before. Like, it's a thin line of, not like canceling, but, it's like where there's aspects of it that I'm sure are offensive. I don't think that was the intention. It was probably still just not less talked about, but less, like, clear of an understanding across people. Regardless of if you support or don't support one thing or another in the world or the country, a lot of people say, like, oh, you're talking about blank? Are you A or B for that? Or about it, or if they don't know, somebody informs them, and then like, well, now are you A or B or C for that? So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. But regardless, Mark Mothersbaugh and Devo have a lot of amazing songs other than Whip It. And like, he did the theme for Rugrats and millions, almost, of other songs and shit. Don't know why that one got stuck in my head, but hey. And look who's up there! It did work from last episode. I threw 2 eggs and I'm like, I wonder if that hatched anything. There's just a little chicken up here staring at us. Also, I think a lot of people are afraid to just say regular descriptors of people. Because I remember seeing videos and stuff a couple years ago from peoples of all different races, If you're just in conversation speaking of someone, you can describe that. But also, sometimes it is bold to assume or generalize a race based off of something, because someone could look white and not be white at all. Someone could look, Chinese or Japanese is what you call them, and then they're actually something completely different, and it's like, oh, well, I didn't know. It's like, well, yeah, you didn't know, so don't say anything. But just in general, some stuff like that. If you don't know, and it's just like you're telling a story of seeing someone in passing, and you're not like directly talking to them, also kind of changes the vibe. But I don't know. I just try to be respectful and not usually talk about people too much like that. I just talk about things I know or how I feel about things like that. Because I'm like, I ain't trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I want shit to get better in this world and people to treat each other more like humans, man. Anybody that is a human is literally a human. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. Like, rich, poor, black, white, gay, straight, insane, air quotes, uninsane. Who cares? Everybody's crazy. The world is so crazy, and technology has made it so much faster to go, quote, crazy. And I say that from a person who's gone through a lot of mental health struggles and triumphs and issues and depression and everything else like that, and eras where I have not been myself or felt myself. But there is somebody else that feels like you or has felt like you, and I don't mean to end the episode so quickly like that, but if you feel like no one is listening, there's somewhere that will listen to you, and you got a safe place here to listen to me and feel like someone else understands, because I've been through a lot over my years. I'm 28, gonna be 29 in June, so. Alright, y'all. I think we still got a few minutes left. We got like a minute left, right? Yeah, but we finished the track over the sheeps. The Arby sheep and the little chicken are there. And if you guys took anything from this, again, like, nothing at Devo or Mark Mothersbaugh for that song from me. I just randomly thought about it and was singing it, and then I thought about the lyrics, and that's why I stopped. And also, speaking of stopping, I'm like, fuck, I forgot we needed this. Because it's something bad, but, the song is talking about the story of a Native American named Cameo. So he says, do not cross that Native American. But then in the chorus, they undulate. Someone undulates. I shouldn't say that. They could have, hired somebody like that to do it for them, which is very cool. Like, when you actually get people of something cast instead of like, oh, well, we need this voice of a black guy in a game. This white guy in the office does a really good black guy voice. Let's just hire him. And then it's like, no. Or when they used people that weren't dwarves. I say that with no disrespect. To play dwarves in the role of a movie, and they just digitally made them shorter. That's fucked up. You know, give people a platform if they don't have one. They like that, and they deserve it. But anyway, everybody's human. I love you guys. Love yourselves, and be nicer to each other. Drink water, read a book, and go outside if you can. I know sometimes people don't have the luxury of those things, but I don't know. There's plenty of cool other free resources and shit you can look up for things to do online or at home or somewhere else. Bye. Oh, it's looping the video. Okay. Also check out Pumpkin Replays, the channel itself, for other gaming stuff, and there's plenty more on this channel. No hate. I'm Nate.